Hey guys, welcome back. We are still here in the Burn Tower, ready to explore a little more now that our Pokemon are healed up again. So what I was saying about you've seen before is that um, in each generation, or most generations, there's an elevated version. So they made Pokemon Yellow as sort of a reference to the anime, which was actually released first, I'm pretty sure, in the US as a way to get people hyped about the games before the games came out, and obviously worked very well as a marketing strategy. I also like the marketing strategy of making two versions of the same game and requiring that you have both to complete the main objective of the game. Gotta catch them all. Because that means either you need to... fire trainer here. Fire breather. That means either you need to buy two games, which is great because you're buying the product twice at least. I think I had probably 10 red and blues and yellows over the years. Or you have to make friends or convince a friend to buy the game, which means you have more people playing the game, which means more publicity. So it was a really, really great marketing strategy that really lent itself well to the nature of the game, collecting Pokemon. Plus, who doesn't want to trade and battle with their friends? It's a whole part of the fun. And that was what really, I'm getting off topic again, but that's one of the things that made Pokemon so great back in the day, is that it wasn't just you playing, it was like all kids your age played. It was just this thing that was a huge sensation. I remember coming home from school and we'd all gather on somebody's back porch and have our Game Boys, and then we'd make believe with Pokemon, and we had the trading cards. It was just a lot of fun. But anyway, so that's why Yellow came out, and then when the time came to make a upgraded version for Gold and Silver, I feel like they should have made a third legendary for it, but they kind of didn't really have one. So they made Suicune, one of the three legendary dogs, as the mascot, which is kind of weird because there was never a Raikou or Entei version. So never really quite felt like it fit to me, but Crystal was really all about, not all about, but it was partially about Suicune in a similar vein to how this game is about Ho-Oh and Soul Silver is about Lugia. Spore is a good move. It is a 100% accurate sleep move. So is Yawn, but Yawn takes a turn. Spore is right away, which makes any Pokemon that can learn Spore instantly very, very useful. I figured I would use Metronome just because any attack that does damage would defeat it, but Extrasensory works too. So what I was getting at is that Yucine was added as a character in Crystal, as a Suicune hunter who kind of helped you on your journey to eventually catch it. I'm practicing my fire breathing in the burn tower. Don't try this at home. Well, I guess it's already burned, so what can you do? Charmeleon, very cool. It's nice too that they have so many Pokemon to draw from here. They have basically 250. We'll go for Extrasensory. And there's our Quick Claw. Because they can reuse any of the 150, or most of the 150 in the original generation. But also have a bunch of cool new ones to mix in. Alright, so my attack fell, but Extrasensory is a special attack, so that will not really matter. He did get a lucky crit there. It would have been nice to have the Quick Claw in the second round, because then Charmeleon would have gotten off one less attack. But you can't pick when your luck triggers, because that's why it's luck. Follow me. I'm not going to forget a move, because like I said before, I really like this move set, and if I was going to forget a move, there's other moves I'd rather teach it. But let me just see what it does. I think this is the one where you go... No, that's me first. Follow me, I think, forces your opponent to attack you, maybe? Yeah, so that's a really good ability in double battles. Yes, give up and follow me. And I enjoyed double battles as a fun distraction, but I was always disappointed that they made official Pokemon battles double battles. Official Pokemon battles should be single, one-on-one, 6 Pokemon apiece. That's Pokemon to me. And competitive battling at the highest form should be the same way. If they want to have a side tournament for double or triple battles or rotation battles or whatever else they want to do, fine. But the main tournament, in my opinion, should be single. That being said, I did find that YouTube actually has a really nice channel of like the Pokemon World Championships, which is actually really cool to watch. I've been watching them on and off the past week or so, and it's like a real sporting event, or a real esport, I guess. But it's people playing Pokemon at a very, very high level, and there's a lot of interesting strategy that goes into competitive double battling. So a lot of it's the same Pokemon over and over again, but it's still pretty interesting to watch. Anyway, that's all we really can see here, but I think if we... no. I think there's a way to drop down to the lower floor, I just can't figure out what it is. Rock Smash, we can do that, because we do have Sandshrew. Yay, HP up. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can get to the lower floor... maybe not until you beat the gym leader, or is there just a way down that I'm not seeing? Let's go back to the other side. I think there might have been a hole on the other side. Tempted to use a repel, but I'm not going to, and I'll tell you why in just about a minute. For now, though, it's some good XP as we train against these mostly poison types. Poison types and Rattata, which are also weak. I'm starting to feel better about our chances, too, because Olive's level 24 now. I think Morty's best is level 25. At least it used to be. So that's not so bad. If I recall correctly, I think he has... I know his best is a Gengar. Hopefully you guys don't mind me spoiling that. And I think his other ones are either 2 Ghastlies and a Haunter, or 2 Haunter and a Ghastly. I'm really like 50-50 on which one it is. If I had to choose, maybe 2 Ghastly and a Haunter, or it really could be either one. It is really weird that, oh, there's a ladder. Duh, okay. Things that should be really obvious. But either way, I'm very disappointed that they didn't give him a Mischievous, however you call it, which is the one new Ghost Pokemon added to this generation. So you think the Ghost Gym Leader would have it. And I can understand Mischievous not being his best, because it's not that great of a Ghost Pokemon. It can evolve into Mismagius, which is a Generation 4 Pokemon. But obviously in the original Gold and Silver, he wouldn't have had access to that. And Mismagius is a little bit too powerful for this stage in the game for a Gym Leader to have. There is a Gym Leader, Fantina, in Pearl, Diamond, and Platinum that does have it as her best. Alright, hold that thought. There goes Raikou and Entei, and Suicune's going to stare at me for a bit, but also run away. That's what we thought. Did you see it? Suicune raced by like a blur, right in front of my eyes. I have been chasing Suicune for almost 10 years, but I have never been this close. I'm all choked up. By the way, it was clear to me that Suicune took notice of your presence. Ecrutique's legendary Pokemon are said to come to people only when they recognize their talents. Perhaps I should be more aggressive towards Suicune. Anyway, Joe, we will meet again. Okay, so you don't fight him yet, but you do fight him later. I think he eventually decides he has to fight and prove his worth to Suicune. So it looks like we need strength to go too far in here. We don't have strength yet. But we do have Rock Smash. That'll be helpful. So what was I saying? Morty's Pokemon. But it would have been really cool if they gave him Mischievous just as one of his Pokemon. Like, do a Ghastly, a Haunter, Mischievous, and Gengar. Or even just Haunter, Mischievous, and Gengar. That would have been a nice kind of lineup there. But just leaving it out feels really weird. What I do like, though, is that the gym leaders don't just consistently increase in their number of Pokemon. Each one is a little bit different. So Faulkner has 2, Bugsy has 3, Whitney has 2, Morty I think has 4. The next gym leader I think only has 2 or 3. And the 6 only has 3 again. So it's really interesting how they kind of just bounce around. And again, it makes them seem a little more realistic that way. I also really like the Elite Four here have 5 Pokemon apiece. I think they should have 6 apiece, personally, because if they're the Elite Four, why do they not have a full team? It seems like any trainer worth their worth should have a full team. I almost wonder if they tried that, but then realized that was too boring fighting a gym leader who had 6 Pokemon. especially from the very get-go. But I don't know. I still would have liked to seen it. I keep forgetting to use Roost. One of these times I'll use Roost. Maybe when I'm against a Rattata, because they can't like poison me or anything. And Olive is level 25. Very nice. Alright, let's go ahead and bring Rod out. Give him some XP as well, since he is falling behind just a little bit here. You know what else we can do too is use our dowsing machine. In fact, let me go ahead and bind that to the bottom pad thing. We're going to use Horn Attack because Brick Break is not very effective. Hopefully it one-hits KOs it, because Coughing has a decent defense. Well, crit, that'll do it. Yeah, let's go ahead and just try the dowsing machine. Bag. It's gotta be a key item. There it is. Yep. Oh, I have to unregister something then, I guess. I was wondering how it would tell which slot to put it in. One other interesting thing about Morty is that very rarely, and this might be the only instance, the only one I can think of off the top of my head, very rarely does a gym leader and an Elite Four member. Let's see what it says. This is fancy. Oh, whoa, that's cool. Have the same best Pokemon. Usually, like, each gym leader and Elite Four member has like a signature Pokemon. But if you remember from Red, or Fire Red, Agatha of the Kanto Elite Four uses Ghost types, and her best is a Gengar. Morty is also a Ghost type gym leader, and his best is also a Gengar. I can kind of understand that though, because there were only 3 Ghost types all in the same evolutionary line in Generation 1. And they only added one new one, Mischievous. They should have made Mischievous more powerful, is what I would have done, and made it his Pokemon, but I'm not a designer, so is what it is. Well, not a game designer, at least. But it would have been nice to at least, give him Mischievous, not to harp on that point too much. Whereas there is also a Dragon Gym Leader, but they did add a Dragon Pokemon new. It's very similar to Ghost. Each one had 3 Pokemon in the same evolutionary line, and then they added one more new Pokemon of that rare type to this game. One of the cool things about Gen 3 is that they actually added a few series of Dragon Pokemon, and it was like, oh, we're in like the land of dragons now, and it was really cool. As a big fan of Dragon types, I really enjoyed Generation 3 for that reason. But we will get to that in the next Let's Play. Alright, so note to self, let's not fight any more Coughing, because they are very annoying to fight. At least if you are a physical attacker, like Rod here is. Okay, so we can't get any further that way without strength. Now you might be wondering, why am I not using a Repel? Because I keep fighting more and more wild Pokemon. A little bit of a hint here, we are actually going to try to... Notice my wording very carefully. We are going to catch one of the Pokemon here. But we have not yet encountered that Pokemon. In fact, it actually is pretty rare at night. It's pretty rare in general, but at night it has a 5% chance. So about 1 in 20, or exactly 1 in 20 really. During the daytime it's 1 in 10, so that's actually a lot better. But it will not be the daytime for quite some time yet, so... we are going to walk around at least a little bit. If I don't find one in like a minute or two, I might just come back. So I don't remember when you get strength. It might be from this gym, but I'm not sure about that. For some reason, I keep thinking you get surf here, but I don't. Yeah, I think you actually do get surf. Nope, I think strength is later on, which is kind of weird because I feel like with surf, basically you can go 2 directions from Ecruteak, east or west. Oh, I forgot that I wasn't supposed to fight these guys. Okay. Again, if I had guts, I'd be have a higher attack stat, but it wouldn't really matter anyway. You know what? Let's go ahead and use one of my P.E.K.K.A. berries, because that's what they're for, right? And we can always grow more. Nope, don't want to save. Do not want to save. I never save during these Let's Plays, or I try not to, because in case my recording software crashes or my computer crashes or the power goes out, I want to make sure I can redo an episode if I have to. Hasn't happened yet, at least not in Pokemon. At least as far as I remember. So hopefully it never will, but we shall see. Alright, so let's use the item finder while we're here. So it looks like most of the items are to the... I don't know how this thing works. I guess I point in a direction I want to look, and it says there... If I stand here... Like, I guess I'm in the center, right? But there's something down into the... That doesn't make any sense at all. Maybe that's not indicating direction, just proximity? Just a Rattata. On the bright side, easy experience. Alright, so I'm going to explore the center here and then we'll turn around and go back outside and I'll come back later and find that cool Pokemon. It is not a coughing. We will not be adding a coughing to our team. Not that I'm implying that we're going to add this Pokemon to our team, just saying. Definitely not adding a coughing to our team. Oh, I did it again! I keep wanting to just one-hit KO these guys, but I forget that coughing is a very good defense. Now that I've attacked it, it's like I might as well keep attacking it. I think coughing's ability, in fact I'm pretty sure of it, is Levitate, which is a really good ability, and a really sensible one. It makes the Pokemon immune to... Oh, we already explored this area, didn't we? Guess that's as far as we can go without strength then. It's a shame, I want to find some of those items. I would check upstairs too, but upstairs does not have the Pokemon I want, so it's a little less exciting exploring there. But I think what I'll do is make it to that ladder and then I'll use a repel. Because I'm getting a little tired of running into coughing and Rattata as well. Guess what I did again? Some people never learn, and because of that, Rod is poisoned. But that's okay, I was planning to take a short pit stop at the Pokemon Center nonetheless. Alright, very nice. Almost at the ladder, could this be it? Nope. Alright, let me do one more encounter in case I get lucky. And then up the ladder it is. Or repel, and then up the ladder it is. I will not repel up the ladder though, because you don't repel up ladders, you repel down ladders. How's that for a bad joke at 2:30 in the morning? Alright, one more, fingers crossed. Hopefully this won't be as tough as finding a Tauros and catching a Tauros in my Pokemon Red Let's Play. That took forever. But that was in the Safari Zone, so that's a little tougher. Here, if I found the Pokemon, I'd have a pretty good chance of catching it. Although I probably could buy some more Pokeballs too, come to think of it. Alright. Even though we don't have far to run. Surprised to get reception in here. I guess the burning helps with that. Let's use a repel. Gonna save our max repel until we have used up all of our regular repels. Plus, we're not going very far, so it should be fine. Alright, who is this guy? In the distant past, when this tower burned in a fire, 3 nameless Pokemon perished in it. Then, a rainbow-hued Pokemon descended from the sky, and somehow brought them back. The people were afraid of power such as the rainbow-hued Pokemon had shown. They tried to control it by force. The nameless Pokemon made no attempt to fight back. Instead, their great sorrow compelled them to leave. This legend has been passed down by the Ecruteak gym leader. Me? I was a trainer way back when. Ho ho ho. Good to know. I think some people are under the theory that he is actually Ho-Oh in disguise. I remember hearing that somewhere. I'm sure there's more to it than that. If you haven't figured it out, that obviously the rainbow Pokemon is Ho-Oh, and it brought back to life Suicune, Entei, and Raikou, who now owe an allegiance to it. Not quite sure how Lugia is involved. Okay, so we probably are getting ready to face the next gym battle soon. I kind of want to do some other things first, though. I was kind of thinking we'd have a harder time with it and we need more time to train our Pokemon, but they actually got trained up a decent bit recently. So, like I was saying, you can leave Ecruteak by going east or west. You can only go east if you have Surf. But, let's see, Surf. Oh, what's going on here? That's why I can't go east. I knew there had to be a reason. Oh boy, sorry I bumped into you. Did I hurt you? Please don't cry, take this. HM4, what is that, Strength? It is a move called Strength. When a Pokemon learns it, it can move boulders out of your way. Enjoy a happy mountain climbing life. But which badge do I need to use it is the question. Maybe the plain badge? I don't think so, but I don't remember if she said anything or not. That'd be great. Sandshrew can learn it, sweet. I was hoping for that. Alright, so Strength is 80 base power, 100% accurate. Doesn't really do anything else, so it's kind of a meh move, but for this stage in the game it's really good. Definitely better than Scratch. It's basically twice as good as Scratch. Alright, so now Sandshrew can move boulders. Let me look at my badges and see if that actually tells me what they do. Joe. Okay, we want to go to the other side. No. I can't, I'm not going to sign my trainer card. I don't want you guys emulating my signature, and I would probably sign it as Joe anyway, but, I guess I can see the badges, but it doesn't tell me what they do. Yeah, that's all I can do is flip the card. Alright, well, the two trades are the Togepi. Alright. So maybe I'll go back and just to try Strength. However, I am hoping for... Yes! Okay, that is exactly what I was hoping for. I knew you found this TM on this route, but I wasn't sure if it was after the Surf area that I couldn't get to yet, or if it was right now. And apparently if we have Surf, we can just keep going. I thought that hiker would stop us, but not true. You can also go through this cave, but most people don't do the cave just because it's a lot harder than just surfing across the water. So not really great game design there. Not sure why this area is down here, but I am really happy to have Shadow Claw because Shadow Claw is super effective against Ghost-type Pokemon. And as I said, we are about to face a Ghost-type gym. Yes, definitely. So, yes. A little tricky, because I actually like all four of our moves we have right now. This is a really good diverse move set for this stage in the game. But I am going to replace Horn Attack. Why, you ask? Because Shadow Claw and Brick Break are Ghost and Fighting. And Ghost and Fighting together are one of the few combinations that provide neutral coverage against every Pokemon in the game. So there is no Pokemon in the game in any generation, at least I'm pretty sure of this statement, that resists both both fighting and ghost type attacks. And the reason for that is because there are only 2 or 3 types, depending on which generation you're playing, that resist ghost type. Dark resists ghost type, Steel resists ghost type up into I think Gen 6, then it does not anymore. And normal types are immune to ghost type attacks. So by a happy coincidence, all 3 of those types, even Steel, Normal, and Dark, are all weak to fighting. So any Pokemon that has one of the types that allows it to resist or be immune to a ghost type attack is at the very least susceptible to normal damage from a fighting type move. Sorry, multitasking is hard. I know you guys are like, what, you just went through Burn Tower, but I really want to see if the strength can be used now. Sorry. Hopefully I'll entertain you with my chatting as we head down there. So now, hypothetically, if there was to be added a normal and ghost type Pokemon, ironically, it would be immune to both fighting and ghost, one of its own types. But that is one of the few combinations that does not yet exist in any Pokemon. So unless there's maybe a Pokemon that via an ability is immune, I really can't think of any. Alright, there's a boulder down here. Can I go down here? Yes, I can. Oh, interesting. This is the way out, though, because if this was the way forward, I can't, there's nowhere to push these boulders. They're kind of trapped by those rock smash boulders. So I think the idea is you enter from the other side, and when you have to come out, you rock smash those two boulders, and then you can push them out towards the direction where we currently are. Coughing, still not the Pokemon we want, but I do remember enough to run away this time. Sometimes if you're trying to find a certain Pokemon, please let us use Strength. It can be a good idea to have a Pokemon out who is kind of a mid-level, because if you're finding a rare Pokemon and it is available at a higher level than other Pokemon in the area, you will only find it if, that's not true. If they have, or if you use a Repel, that's what it is. Repel only makes you not be attacked by Pokemon who are lower level than your lead Pokemon. So if say you're trying to find like a legendary dog out in the field, and you know they'll be at level 40, and you know everybody else in the field is level 20 or so, you can have like a level 25 Pokemon, use a Repel, and the only one you'll encounter is the legendary dog. Of course, then you're facing it with a level 25 Pokemon, but we can use Strength. That's awesome. Okay. Was that the wrong thing to do? It was. Crap. Alright, reset. I should have put a little more thought into that before I did it. Luckily, by moving floors, just like in Generation 1, you reset the position of boulders. So, what we need to do... I always love these little puzzles. They do a really good job with all these puzzles. There's some ice skating ones later in this game. They're like my favorite thing ever. I'll probably say this again, but when I train in Victory Road, just running around trying to encounter wild Pokemon, I like to pretend that I'm ice skating, like in those things where you just keep going until you hit a wall. Just because why not? If you're running around in a pointless circle anyway, you might as well have fun with it. So we'll see some of those puzzles a little later on in the game. Still haven't found that Pokemon yet. Another coughing. I feel like we've encountered at least 20 Pokemon down here, but it's not like guaranteed on your 20th or anything like that. It's just the odds. TM12, Taunt. That is a very good move in competitive battling. I think I might have mentioned it already. It forces your Pokemon to use an offensive move. They can't use support moves, also known as status moves. And since a lot of Pokemon rely on status moves to be useful in competitive battles, that can be a very good counter to them. Wow, it's been already most of an episode. Sorry that we haven't done too much, but I'll try to make the next one even more interesting. And it'd be nice if we could find either some good items or find that Pokemon I'm looking for. Nope, not yet. Alright, break it is. Honestly, I don't want to jinx anything by saying this, but I feel like this gym battle might be our easiest gym battle. Just because we have some pretty high level Pokemon, and we have two moves that are super effective against, I think, all of Morty's Pokemon. Nope, not save. Item finder. It looks like it's hotter to the right. So there must be something... Oh, I can't go that way. Down there to the right. Another coughing. Alright, run away again. Maybe I should lead with Olive just so somebody gets some XP. But at least running is faster. I keep going like, oh, another Pokemon, but then I'm like, oh, it could be the one I want, and then it's not, so... Roller coaster of emotions here. I think what I'm going to do, though, is probably just look for another minute or so, and Chrissy, I'm busy right now. I am item finding, or dowsing. Looks like it's below and to the right. tell me it's one of those guys. What is it? Don't you hate people who don't text? Good evening, Joe. It's me, Chrissy. Are you awake? Do you keep Pokemon in PC boxes? I let them go. Oh, okay. Well, teach their own, I guess. Not what I meant to do. Wait, how do I get up there? Oh, I was up there before. Gotcha. Alright, let's go. I'm going to go around and out through the boulders, and then, there we go. Okay, there he is. Magmar. A rare Pokemon, a very powerful Pokemon, a Gen 1 Pokemon, though. And you might be saying, Aravel, why are you catching a Magmar? Because it's not Gen 2. I am not going to add it to my team. I was going to catch a Magmar for my team and evolve it into Magmortar, because in this generation... first, let's just go ahead and sacrifice. Sorry, Sandro. In this generation, they add Magby, a baby Pokemon. That's one of the big kind of additions to this gen, is the idea of baby Pokemon. And one of the Pokemon who gets one is Magmar, in the form of Magby. And Magby is actually one of the most powerful baby-type Pokemon, or baby Pokemon. But you can't catch them. You only get them by breeding. So I was going to catch a Magmar here and train it up and evolve into a Magmortar. But then I was thinking, you know, it's kind of weird to catch and train a Magmar and never have it be a Magby if the reason I'm training it is because it evolves from Magby. Because like I said, I want to build a team that at least has a Gen 2 Pokemon somewhere in its evolutionary lines. Even though I'll end up with a Togekiss and not a Togetic, at least, you know, I spend some time with them as a Gen 2 Pokemon. Okay. And I wanted to do that so I get a free switch in for Olive, who of course knows Yawn. You know, I might have made a mistake, because Magmortar is a pretty good Pokemon, but I'm a little worried that at level 25, Extra Sensory is going to be too powerful. And Metronome could do, like, anything. So, let's, I should have kept out Rod, ironically. Well, maybe not. Let's bring in... See, I'm at the stage now, like I said before, where I'm worried my moves are too powerful. Let's bring in Cherry. I don't think a Razor Leaf will want to KO it. If it crits, though, that's what I'm worried about. And it does have a high crit ratio. Leer lowers my defense. I wish there was something to, like, lower my attack. I could use Natural Gift, but because Razor Leaf is not very effective, it will be weaker. As long as it doesn't crit. It'd be so ironic if I finally find a Magmar only to crit on it. Okay, we did not. Now the real question is, do I use one more Razor Leaf? Ironically, even if I crit there, it wouldn't have knocked it out. But now if I Razor Leaf and it crits, it will. I think it's still way too high. I think we need to get it a little bit lower. Please, don't crit, don't crit. It's funny that I'm saying don't crit when usually I hope for a crit. Oh, and I got a crit! That is very, very unfortunate. Alright, well anyway, at least now I've had a chance to tell you guys about my plans. What I'm going to do is catch a Magmar here. More than that, I'm going to catch a Magmar and a female Magmar. And maybe what I'll do then, I was going to try to get a Magby and train up before the 4th gym, but since we're already in pretty good shape, I feel, I think what I'm going to do is catch those 2 Magmar. I'll start the next episode then. Maybe I'll already go down to Goldenrod, where the daycare center is, and I'll show you guys how you can get a baby Pokemon. In our case, Magby. And Magby will be an addition to our team. It'll be our resident fire type, and I'm looking forward to training it up quite a lot. It's been a long time since I trained a Magmar or a Magmortar, and it's a pretty cool Pokemon. Yeah, so I was kind of going with like getting one new addition to our team between each gym, and Magby was going to be the addition between the 3rd and 4th gym, but plans are made to change, right? So I never did find that item. I ended up getting turned around, but whatever, I'm not too concerned about it. Anyway, sorry for the kind of rambling episode. In the next one, we will definitely face the Ecruteak City Gym, though, and that should be really exciting, so I will see you all then.